I've bought myself a cheap hammock setup off Amazon and I've come out to have a go at setting it up and see if it's any good. I'm bedding in some new boots that I'll show you later as well. And I've got some new cooking kit to try out, so come along. I don't think I've got everything that I'm going to need for an overnight camp, but I wanted to bring out the set that I've bought and make sure that I'm comfortable with getting it set up and everything that's included with it. I guess the first thing I'm going to need is a couple of trees that are a suitable distance apart. There you go, I think I found a top quality bushcraft shelter here. What's the hydrostatic head on that? There's loads of different mushrooms and fungus around here, but I won't be going anywhere near them or touching them because I haven't got a clue which ones are safe to eat, which ones are even safe to touch. Plus I don't trust fungus anyway. Have you seen The Last of Us? It's taking over. It's worse than settling on a camping spot, this is. I'm just trying to find two trees that look decent. I mean, they all look decent. They're trees, aren't they? A tree's a tree, but I obviously need some that are a certain distance apart. I think 10 or 12 foot or something. Guess we'll find out when we get the hammock kit out, won't we? And if it is anything like camping spots, I'll probably move location 14 times anyway. Suppose on the plus side I don't need to look for level ground, do I? I think I've got a couple of good candidates here. So the plan is to go from this tree to this tree here, and then if I can get set up I should have a decent view down into the bottom of the valley in the woods. This is the set that I got off Amazon. The brand is Otrecky, and it should include everything that I need, including the hammock, the tree straps and a tarp to go over it as well. Let's have a look inside. This is what was inside the plastic bag that it all comes in. The hammock folds into its own bag that's attached, and this will be the tarp. Tree straps, there's a little user manual, and then that's got some ropes and guy lines and a couple of pegs in there, I think. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 4 of the sort of wire pegs that you get with most budget or cheap stuff, and some paracord guy ropes, whatever you want to call them, and then some little bungee cords. It says in the instructions here for the hammock, you can sit or lie down but never try to stand on. Top tip there. It's an education watching my videos, isn't it? Because I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. Obviously I'll edit the video so it looks like I've got everything right first time, and it took me about 3 minutes. Free again. Tree straps are on. Then we've got a like heavy duty carabiner on each end of the hammock that just goes on for the tree strap, and this is probably where I'm going to have to spend loads of time adjusting the sort of length on these, but we'll see. I can already hear all the veteran hammock campers laughing at me until you go out and try it. You don't know, do you? What do you reckon? It even looks almost level, doesn't it? It does say on the description for the hammock set that it'll take weights up to 440 pounds, which I think is about 31 stone. So I'm hoping it takes my weight. The hammock's got a mosquito net above it. So you've got these two zips that allow you to open up all the way along. Oh, if you don't get snagged on that ribbon there. And then you can get inside. You've got a small pocket and a hook in there, and then on the outside you've got the storage bag that it comes in is attached, so you can store things in there. There's a couple of these tie out points on each side, so that's what the guy lines and the pegs are for, if you want to use some rope to pull that hammock out. It does say you can flip it over as well, so you can obviously get in it like that with the mosquito net, or you can turn it upside down and just have it as a open hammock, which is what I'm going to try out, I think. This is probably the bit where I fall on my arse. So the mosquito net being underneath didn't really work out for me, did it? What have I done wrong here? I mean, it's definitely not right, but it's doing the job. I'm officially swinging. It is nice and relaxing as well, just lying here. I think I'll flip it back over and get in with the net on the top and see what difference it makes. So I'm under the bug net now. I still don't get it. I'm doing something wrong here. Is this it? Let me unzip that. It does make you want to go to sleep, to be fair. I did think it would be really uncomfortable in here because of the shape of it and being sort of bent like a banana in it, but it's actually really comfortable. Obviously, before I do a camp in it, there's a few other things I'll need. So an underquilt's one of them. I can already feel the cold coming from underneath the hammock. You get the breeze flying past your arse, giving you a cold arse, so you put an underquilt underneath it. I could either then put a sleep mat or a foam mat inside the hammock to help keep it open, and obviously a pillow as well. I don't think you necessarily need a pillow though, because you're kind of encased in the whole thing. To be fair, for the pack size and the weight of it, it's worth bringing out for sort of day hikes and day camps. It's probably lighter and smaller than bringing a folding chair or something like that. Let me just show you these new boots before I put them back on. So these are my new winter boots. They're crag hoppers. I think they're just called light leather or something like that. Light leather walking boot. The reason I got them is because they are leather, so they should be fully waterproof. They've got nice Vibram soles on them as well, but they are lightweight. I think they're 530 grams, which is pretty reasonable for a big, thick winter leather boot. The other reason I got them is that they're only 52 quid. So rather than getting some Scarpa boots or something like that, that's sort of 120, 130 quid these days, I thought I'd give these a go for half the price. I've been slowly bedding them in on walks between sort of 2 and 5 miles. Got them on again today and they are starting to soften up. The one thing I'd say with them so far is they're a little bit oversized. So I'm usually a size 10, or 90% of the time I'm a size 10. And I bought these in a size 10. I wish I'd got a 9.5 or even a 9, to be honest. So far so good with the hammock set. Let's chuck the tarp over it and see what that's like. I think it needs to go over the hammock in a sort of diagonal diamond shape. I could have done with trees that were a little bit further apart, I think, for the tarp, because I'm pretty close to the limit. I've just tied some of these guy ropes that you get with the set. Use some twigs so that I can do quick release knots, and then I've guyed each corner just to the floor with some sticks, because the floor's so soft they just push straight in. It does only just fit though. I think the tarp is where they've skimped in the set, if anywhere, because it's only just big enough to kind of cover the hammock in this diamond shape. Personally, I'd probably want a bigger tarp, like a 3x3 or something like that, to go over the hammock, but as an initial sort of starter set, not bad, I don't think. Still got 2 of the guy lines left as well that you can use on each side of the hammock if you want to. I've took the tarp back down because it's a gorgeous morning. I think I'm going to get some breakfast cooked up now and then just sit and chill back in the hammock for a bit. I've only seen 3 or 4 people all morning so far as well. There was a couple of bikists and then a couple of dog walkers have just gone past. Otherwise, it's just the sounds of the forest. So for breakfast, I've got a couple of bacon medallions, a couple of sausages, and hopefully an egg that's still in one piece. Some Tommy K to chuck on it. And then for my cooking devices, I've got the Fire Maple Polaris stove again. I've tried this 2 or 3 times now. I really like it. Then I've got a new frying pan that Fire Maple sent me. It's a non-stick one, really small, and then the handle folds out like that. She's got their brand name on it there, so I'll be trying that, see if it is non-stick. Then they've sent me as well this utensil set that comes in this little pouch, really lightweight. Inside you've got all your bits and bobs that you need to do your cooking. So these utensils all fold up. You've got a set of tongs there, a spoon, and that one's a spatula. And in here you've got a chopping board I'll be using in a second. And in the bottom, in this zip pocket, you've got a little bottle that you can put your cooking oil into, and then a little sprinkler for salt and pepper. So these somehow, oh, there we go, just fold out. I mean, these aren't cheap by any means, but for example, the pan, this is £24 on the Fire Maple website, and you're really comparing this to the ones by Jetboil and MSR. The Jetboil one's 50 quid, or 52 quid I think, and the MSR one's 30 odd. So you are saving a little bit of money if this is the kind of thing that you want. Obviously we'll see how it performs in a minute. The utensil set for me I think is a little bit too expensive for what it is. It's £30 for that set at the minute. Now you can get 10% off anything on Fire Maple's website with my code Daley10. Just put that in at checkout or click the link in the description. But for the utensil set, Jetboil do one, MSR do one, but their sets have less things in them. So they're all similar sort of prices, but you're getting less in the Jetboil and MSR one. Let's get these sausages cut up. I'll probably cut my bacon up as well and just do a bit of a one-pan mishmash type thing. Let's see if this egg's still in one piece. Should be. Yeah, we're good. Egg. Look at that. You can't beat a scruffy thrown together breakfast, can you? Right, I'm going to scoff this, sit and admire this scenery for a bit, and then we'll see how the non-stick is on this pan when I come to clean it. Why does food always taste better outside? So the pan seems to be cleaning up a treat. It's obviously cooled down while I've eaten my food from it. I've not even heated it back up. I know sometimes reheating the pan can loosen things up, but I just thought I'd see. And it seems to be just wiping off, so it's a good sign. I'll definitely keep using that and see how it holds up. Now, I've said before, when I've reviewed the stoves and things that I've had on the channel from Fire Maple, that they do seem to be a real genuine company and they value feedback. So with that in mind, this utensil set, I think you need to do something about the price of it. It does work well. I mean, the orange bit's a little bit flexible, so when you're using the utensils you have to keep at least finger and thumb on the grey bit, but you do get some good grip then. And it's a decent set. But yeah, for me that set, it's a £20 product all day long. It's not a £30 product, so I don't know if there's anything you can do about it, if that's the cost of supply, but I have to be honest and say I wouldn't personally spend 30 quid on it. Fire Maple are getting this feedback at the same time that anybody else watching the video does. Maybe I did write off hammock camping and hammocks in general a bit too soon. I think once that underquilt comes, I'll try and put a full setup together and go out for an overnight camp and see how I get on for a real one. Just a random thought or comment, I guess, while I'm just sat here thinking about it. There seems to be a big sort of buzz or fuss at the minute around clickbait on YouTube, and I guess I'm interested to know what your thoughts are on it. For me, I think the definition of clickbait's got a bit lost in it all, and it seems to be clickbait is now a term for drama in a video. Now, clickbait is where you have a title or thumbnail that lies, basically, gets you to click on it, and then the video is nothing about what was on your thumbnail or in your title. So if you go on a camp and you bail and your thumbnail says bailed my camp or whatever, that's not technically clickbait because you did bail and it is in the video. It's when you say I got attacked by a ninja squirrel or something like that and there's no ninja squirrels in your video, then that is clickbait. Don't get me wrong, I think there is a general trend at the minute to go over the top with the drama and the exaggeration on things, but yeah, if you're not lying and what you say on your thumbnail and your title is in your video, it's not technically clickbait. But I get what people are saying, and it is getting a bit ridiculous for some of the videos. I think at some point YouTube will probably try and clamp down on it again if it carries on. They did a few years ago where they started looking at watch time on videos. So if a video got loads and loads of clicks but people only watched for 20 or 30 seconds, that video just got dropped straight to the bottom of the sort of recommendations pile. And I'm not even sure if it is just in wild camping and sort of outdoorsy videos or if it's just all over YouTube. But yeah, I'd be interested to know what you think and what makes you click on a video when you see it in your feed on YouTube, whether it does have to be dramatic to get you to click on it, or if you just follow certain channels and you'll click on whatever they sort of put out. So that's packed up nicely with those tree straps inside the pocket as well. I mean, it will compress down even more than that. That's a nice thing to take out for a day hike, I think. Even if you're not into camping or you don't want to stay out all night, it's definitely worth getting yourself out just for a couple of hours. I know I definitely feel a lot more alive than I did this morning. Right, that's everything packed up. I've got all my rubbish in this bag here. I've double checked that I've left no trace. So give me a quick thumbs up if you liked the video or got any value from it. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.